Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. I'm going to be covering the top 4 coins for the upcoming bull run today. These are the 4 coins that I think are going to have some of the biggest gains in the upcoming bull run. These are some of the ones that I think you should have in the main part of your portfolio, the bigger caps. These ones are just doing absolutely fantastic and showing huge signs of growth for the upcoming bull run. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Smash that like button, guys, and let's jump into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to cover the top 4 coins for the upcoming bull run. These are my 4 picks that I think are going to absolutely smash it in this upcoming bull run. They're giving us good signs early on in this pre-bull run as to solid movement for what they're going to do for the main bull run. So this is a good sign. These are all excellent projects that I'm going to cover here. Now, sure, there are some other ones, but these are just my top 4 picks, and I'm not including Bitcoin or Ethereum in these picks because those are, those are the obvious ones. These are 4 besides that. So don't forget, guys, to hit the subscribe button so I can hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. There's like 30,000 people that watch my channel or more every month that are not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. All right, so let's take a look at the charts here, see what's going on with the market cap here overall. Still at 1.65 trillion, even though we had this correction yesterday. I wouldn't really even call it a correction. I call that like just getting rid of all the longs in the market. It's like a shakeout to just liquidate some of the longs that are in the market. They just chop them off real quick, and there's still more to be chopped, so we could get another correction. I think a bigger correction is likely coming at some point, but we could keep going up for a while before that happens. We'll just have to see what happens. As of this recording, Bitcoin's up to almost 42,000. Solana's over $70 again. Cardano's at 56 cents. Avalanche almost $42. Chainlink at $15. Now, the 4 picks that I've got for this bull run, let's cover these here. Number 1 is Solana, and Solana is one of the most bullish coins that I'm going to be covering throughout this bull market. Solana, I think, is going to do fantastic. I'm going to give you my price targets on these if I can. Solana, I'm thinking probably somewhere in the $250 to $400 or $500 range pretty easily in this bull run. I think $250 to $400 is pretty comfortable, but I could see it getting into that $500 to $600 range. I know some people are calling for it to get to $1,000, and that's going to basically put it at higher than Ethereum's current market cap. So I just don't see that happening this bull run. But anything is possible in crypto, but I wouldn't count on that. I'd be cashing out well before that. It was down to like $14 not that long ago. If you go to the 180-day chart here, it was down here, $14, shot all the way up to like $75, still above $70. The next one I got on here is Chainlink. I missed out on Chainlink. I didn't get any in my portfolio. I was waiting for a better price. Just didn't happen. I was focusing on Solana and Quant and some other ones, so I didn't get any Chainlink in my portfolio. But if we look at the 90-day here, as you can see, it was down under $6 at one point, came all the way up to $17, and now we're sitting in the $15 range. So that's done like almost a 3x as well. Chainlink, I think, is going to be one of the big contenders in the upcoming bull run. So if you're looking for some bigger caps to pick up, these are the 4 that I would pick up in your portfolio for solid gains. Now, I'm not telling you to buy them right now, guys, because they have pumped a lot. There's a chance we could get a correction, but if you were to buy some right now and we get a correction, the best thing to do, in my opinion, at that point, if we get a correction and these drop down by 50% or something, is to try to accumulate some more to bring your dollar cost average down. But long term, these are going to do much better likely than where they're at now. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed in crypto, but I could see Chainlink getting over $100 pretty easily in the upcoming bull run. My price target is somewhere between $75 and $150 on the high end for it. It could possibly get higher than that, but I just try to be a little bit conservative and realistic. But that's kind of my price estimates for Chainlink. You know, I typically try to go over like 10x from its low. Its low was just under $6 in the $5 something range. So, you know, $50 to $75. If you were buying it down there, that's more than a 10x on your big cap. So it's time to really start taking out some profits after that $50 to $75 mark for sure. It's just what I would do. Cardano currently at 55 cents, 56 cents as of this recording. It did jump up to like 62 cents. So it did pump up quite a bit. It was sitting down in that 25-cent range for quite a while. Cardano, like I told you before in my videos, you know, I've told you guys Cardano can just sit and not do much for a long time, and all of a sudden, boom, it takes off. So keep that in mind. Cardano is going to probably do pretty well in this bull run. My personal price estimates on this one are somewhere in that $3 to $5 range likely. It's going to have a hard time pushing through that $3 mark because a lot of people were expecting it to get to like $5 or $10 the last bull run, and it topped out at just over $3. So a lot of people are still holding their bags. So it's going to be a lot of selling pressure around that $3 range. So if you're picking this up, I would definitely take out some profits between that $2.50 and $3 range on this one, and then leave some in case it goes higher. But you guys do what you want to do for you and your portfolio. This is not financial advice. Avalanche is the next one that I want to cover. At $42, it's gone up like over a 4x in the last few months here. It's down to $9 and something back here in September. If we go back to the 180 day, it was down to around $9 at the low, $8.90 some cents. So, I don't know what its actual low was. It might have been the low for the last year here, but definitely it's shot up so much recently. You're looking at some pretty big price increase over the last few weeks already with Avalanche. So Avalanche is really hot right now. Personally, I wait for a little bit of a cool off before diving into this one, but if you look at the last bull run or so here, it got up to like $125. So if you were picking it up under that $10 range, you definitely want to start taking some profits out, probably in that $90 to $100 range, if not before that. So that's just what I would personally do. If you're picking up at this price range, I would still try to take some profits out before that $100 mark, and then just take it out in increments on up from there, because it's a possibility that it smashes this previous all-time high and gets up to a couple $100 or so in the upcoming bull run. It's just that you definitely want to take some profits out before it gets to that price point, because if you look at some of the other big caps, sometimes they don't get past their previous all-time highs. So it really depends on what Avalanche does in the next bull run, but I think it's probably going to beat its previous all-time high very likely with how bullish it is right now. It's a good sign that it could do that, but make sure you take out profits early, guys, and don't wait for any specific price point. So if you look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart here, if you look at the last bear cycle in 2017, 2018, Bitcoin got all the way up to like 20,000. Then it had a big correction all the way down to like $3,000 or $4,000, something like that. And then it shot all the way up in that bear market to, over $10,000. So, it did like a 3x in that bear market. So we could see something similar in this bear market where Bitcoin shoots up to like 45, 48,000 or something, and then we get a correction afterwards like this did. And it came down all the way from like, what was it, $15,000. I think it got up to like $15,000, and then it dropped all the way down to like $5,000 or $6,000 or something like that. And we did have the COVID crash, but I'm not going to count that because it was a black swan event. So, if you $15,000 dropping down to, like $5,000 or $6,000, you're talking about, quite a large, substantial dip. When you go from like $15,000 down to like $6,000 or $7,000, you're talking about close to like a 60% dip. So keep that in mind. Something similar could happen in this bear cycle once we get closer to the halving, or even any time really. You just don't know what it's going to do, but just keep in mind that these things do happen. So if they do happen, it doesn't mean the end of the world. It just means we're having that healthy correction before we take off into the main bull run. So some newer people out there are already freaking out that Bitcoin dropped like 6 or 7% in a matter of 20 minutes, that's really nothing at all. That's just a normal day in crypto. You know, when we start getting these 40, 50, 60% corrections, that's when you really feel the pain, and people really start freaking out and panic selling because they think they're going to lose their money. And then when they do that, they have lost their money at that point, and then the market recovers. And, you know, if they would have just left their funds in there, they would have recovered with the market instead of panic selling. And we've been there. We've all been there when we first got into crypto. So try not to panic sell if you see these big dips. You know, the best thing to do is try to accumulate more. That's what I would personally do. I'm not telling you what to do, of course, but that's just how, how I've found to be the best strategy is when we get those big dips is to put some more money in if you have it available, and get my cost average down, and then when it recovers, it recovers quicker for you because you're buying some of it at a lower price point than what you had before. So keep that in mind, guys. These are my top 4 picks for the upcoming bull run. I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know what your top picks are for your big caps. Obviously, there's a lot of other ones out there that I think are going to do fantastic, but these are the 4 that I'm most bullish on for the upcoming bull run, based off from what they've done in the past and what they've shown already in this cycle. So just keep that in mind. Anything can happen in crypto. We might have some more contenders popping up in the future, but these are what I've got picked out for right now, guys. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so please help me out with that. Don't forget to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and we'll see you on the next one.